Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lessons and Learning with Larkin and Readings. Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. My name is Larkin, and I'm coming to you live from the United States. Hi, Lisa Jo. Welcome. Andrea, Veronica, of course, thank you for hosting me. Sarah Batchelor, Andrea Reese, Shannon, Casey, Amy. Wow, look at all these wonderful people. Thank you all for tuning in. For those of you who are new, I want to remind you that this is a no holds barred hour where we can do readings, we can do questions and answers about angel spirit guides or the other side or life, anything spiritual or metaphysical. Even if you have paranormal questions, things that are of concerns to you, we can cover that here as well. So, and don't forget the animals, guys, animal mediumship and communication. We can do that as well. I will let you know that, hi, let's see, Alethea, beautiful name. Love it. I want to remind those of you that are here that maybe are not on StreamYard. If you're coming in as Facebook user or you're watching on YouTube, please make sure if it's YouTube that you subscribe to the channel. That way I can see who you are and you're able to comment. And that way you're all set up for all the amazing readers that Veronica has all week. If you're a Facebook user and you want me to see who you are and be able to identify your name, please just subscribe for free. Veronica has the link for you here through StreamYard. Then I can see who you are. If that becomes, if that is too difficult and for some reason that does not work for you, please at least put your name in the comment if you want me to know who you are, okay? I'm going to, for just one moment, I'm going to hide comments from myself because I want to remind those of you who are new, I do things a little bit differently. I ask everyone to first come with a centered mindset so that you're more receptive to the messages and souls that come through to you, okay? That means that my recommendation is that instead of popping on and just asking for a reading, you actually come on and you say hello. And you take a moment to absorb the space that I'm holding for you and to let those spirit guides or angels, animal totems, loved ones who have crossed over to come in and settle down and be attracted to your center. If we come from a place of desperation and I got to get a reading, I please me first, the energy is different. Okay. So your mindset means everything. So come and allow yourself to relax in this whole held space for you and to get really centered and allow this hour to be a time of peace and centeredness for you. Most of my readings come with a call to action for you. So in order for you to be really open and receptive to the guidance or just the validation that may come through, it's much better to come with a mindset that is not one of lacking and need or desperation, okay? I will try to get to as many of you as I can for free online readings. They're not as in-depth or as thorough, and my goal is to allow spirit to come through and offer guidance, validation, and verification for you on these free online readings. So hopefully you guys can leave with a greater sense of peace and calm and understanding so you can move forward in whatever direction you need to, okay? I'm just going to take a moment or two to share with me what Spirit asked me to share as far as wisdom. Spirit always wants me to give you guys like a wisdom spirit, okay? Guidance for you. And you probably, most of you know, we're in Mercury in retrograde right now, okay? And there's two things that Spirit wants me to share with you about that, okay? Number one, be aware of it and understand that the planets in their alignment do affect us. They do affect the gravitational pull, the energy of us individually and collectively, okay? But number two, not to allow external circumstances to predictate your expectations. In other words, don't allow knowing it's Mercury in retrograde to set you up for a mindset that is not going to be beneficial to you or whoever you're around and what you're doing, right? So in other words, you might want to say, oh, yeah, okay, take a deep breath. This day's been really tough and whacked out, and, it's Mercury in retrograde. Okay, that's okay, and understand that and accept it. But make sure you don't start your day going, oh God, it's still Mercury in retrograde. Everything's going to go wrong today. Oh my God, what's going to happen today? Yesterday was a nightmare, right? We don't want to have expectations that are predetermining an outcome we don't want. So you still need to maintain your focus on the higher frequency vision, your focus on gratitude, your belief that everything is working out for you. And Spirit wants me to remind you of this today. It's a very important message, and make sure that you actually apply it as well. Okay. All right. Let's see who else is on here. And we'll get going with some readings and things as well. Rebecca, hi from Spain. Oh my gosh, welcome. Yay, that's fantastic. Oh, thank you, Kayla. I'm glad you appreciate the message. Hi, Lauren. Welcome. Hey, Natalie Dunn. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. Great to see you. Thank you guys for being open and receptive. This is what Spirit wants, is for you guys to get these messages, because often what you guys want and think you need is not what you really want and need. The Spirit knows what you want and need. Hi, Ginny. Hi, Dina. Welcome. Let's see. Facebook user. Oh, I wish I could see your name. You said, I've been trying to be grateful first thing in the morning. Yes, that's what I have all of my coaching clients do. And everything is habits and repetition. So if you make that a habit, that will really start to transform your life and empower you. Great, great habit. That's wonderful. Welcome, Pamela. Welcome. Let's see. Kels, welcome. I think it's Kels. Great to see you. Great to see you. Lisa Joe, hope you're well. I'm really interested to know who makes up my spirit team. Wow, great question. So 2 answers there. Number 1, I would recommend that you register for my Meet Your Spirit Guides event, which will be May 5th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. EDT, which is 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. BST time, okay? During that time, I will hold space for you to literally meet your spirit guides, and everyone leaves meeting at least one spirit guide, okay? So if you are interested in meeting your spirit team, it's a really powerful event. I only do it once a month, and it's limited spaces. So I don't have the new one posted yet on my Facebook page, Larkin Psychic Medium Spiritual Interpreter. So you can find it there or go to larkinsreadings.com to register. I would recommend you do that. Lisa Joe, I think you'd really enjoy that, and that will give you more in-depth insight into your spirit team. As for right now, we can do a quick overview and summary of this. And then my recommendation is that you use it as validation for what you're already sensing and picking up. Okay. So it might be some new information. It might be some validation for you, but the more you interact with and work with them, the more they reveal themselves to you, and the more clear and stronger your connection. Okay. So your spirit team, first of all, makes up of, your angels, your spirit guides, your guardian angel, your loved ones. A lot of them are souls you haven't even met. Your animal totem energies are also in there. So there's a lot of those in your spirit team. You guys also have different councils of guidance. Not all of you will work with your councils while you're incarnated, okay? But you all have access to them as far as spiritual wisdom and that goes, okay? Hi, Melody Hart, welcome. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Sarah. So you're right now here with you today. Let's see, I sense 2 very strong spirit guides that work very closely with you, and a third one that works a little more on the outskirts, who comes in when is really needed. Each of our spirit guides can have different roles for us. They can have different strengths and different areas or times in our lives in which they interact with us. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All of you have an entire spirit team. It's a lot of beings, but you might only ever interact with or sense a couple of them, okay? The ones that are necessary. We as human beings are overwhelmed enough as it is. Hold on, I got to give myself a little more air in here since I'm in the car today. We're overwhelmed as it is. And so the simpler spirit keeps it for us, the better, because our perception is so limited. Okay. You also have your team of angels. You have your guardian angel is really amazing because she keeps switching colors, like it's like hues of pinks and purples, and a lot of that is spiritual growth and love and self-love and unconditional love. Those colors. Um, and she's very present with you. You have other angels as well, but these are the ones that are stepping forward, that want you to be able to be more aware of them or more conscious, or that you've sensed before. Okay. um Obviously we all have the archangels work with all of us. Those are the even higher vibrational, higher frequency, angelic ethereal beings that work with us. In Native American terms, the archangels are represented as the four directions. Okay. So they're much vaster than just the human type form with wings and a halo that we see. Okay. When we think of angels, guys, they're so much bigger than what you think. But you right now at this, all of the archangels will work with each of you, but at different times in your life, different ones work with you. And let's see, you have Haniel is working with you very strongly, so you might want to look that up. And Uriel is working with you very strongly right now as well. And Uriel works with a lot of inner awareness, spiritual growth, inner peace, how you are handling things internally in your external world, but works with a lot of internal work. So that tells me that you are wanting or needing to you're on a journey of a lot of internal work and awareness and discovery right now, and a lot of internal growth that is happening. Okay. So, what do they recommend for you right now? Practice, write to them, talk to them. All that I do that is different than what you do is this. I pick up on the subtleties. So, if you want to really connect with your spirit team, throw out a question and then just let it go. Right? Let it go. Let the answer come back and surprise you. Don't hang on to expectations or a particular answer that you want. In that letting go, you're allowing their answers to flow in through you. Okay. So anyway, your spirit team is working, on your behalf. They're proud of you. You're doing great. They know you're trying to connect with them. Okay. So this is really super powerful. I would go off with that. You can also journal if you want. And hi Leona, hi Katie, hi Dorothy, hi Lauren. Hi Abby. You can journal them, and that will help you burn off your mental energy, which allows you to more clearly define what they are actually sharing with you. Okay. And again, if you want to meet your spirit guides in person, pop onto my Facebook page and or larkinsreadings.com, and you can register for the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. It's amazing. Love your question. I love when people are wanting to connect with their spirit team, because I really encourage you guys to learn to do these things for yourself. You can do everything I'm doing and more. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh my gosh, so many great questions today, guys. Sarah Tenney, do our guides change throughout our lives? Great question. So your spirit guides are your spirit guides for your entire life. Okay. And what can happen is different ones can step forward at at different times in your life, depending on your relationship and what their strength and what gifts they're bringing to you. So I have 3 spirit guides. And the one I've known since I was a wee child, and the others came into my life in my early teens. And they take more of a backseat. They're for different areas of my life. Okay. So Aiden, my redheaded Irish spirit guide, who I've been with in many past lives, and this is so you guys, I'm telling you about mine so you can relate to it. Is always there, has always been there ever since I can remember. Okay. Grew up with me. The others come in for different things. Okay, so one comes in when I do my martial arts training or my meditation and my spiritual growth, my spiritual warrior training and work. That's what he's there for. Okay. And he resonates with, incarnations that I've had in the past, but he helps me with those aspects of my life. Okay. And then The other one helps me with personal inner strength and confidence and how to integrate my power into my physical world. So they all have different strengths and abilities. And you might find that one or two of them really hone in with you all the time. You might not even recognize it. But, and then if you have more than that, they might come in and out when needed. They're always all supporting you and they're all there with you all the time. Your spirit guides are always there with you. But you may not always have the same intensity of interaction with them at all the time. So that's a really awesome question. Again, if you want to meet your spirit guides, you guys can register for my Meet Your Spirit Guides event. I want to turn people out in the world knowing their spirit guides and having a real relationship with them. I think it's so powerful. Let's see. Can a parent be a guardian angel? Kayla, what a great question. So I'm going to answer that. Hi, Katie Newkirk. Welcome. I'm going to answer that by saying yes and no. There are a lot of contradictions in spirit when you try to answer in a human cognitive way. Okay. So, yes, in the fact that they can be, I often call them guardian angels, that once they pass on, if they choose to, literally like look after you for the rest of your life and they become an intense form of being a guardian over you in your life, then yes, we can call them a guardian angel. And I tend to do that. As far as literally being a guardian angel, they are actually literally different things. Okay. So we all have the capacity to evolve into that angelic frequency. And I think that kind of goes into a whole nother topic, which is very interesting because a lot of people come to me and say, well, angels were created just as angels. Okay. Well, we all are on an eternity of evolution, of growth. Even angels are evolving, right? There is no end to our expansion and spiritual evolution beyond this world, right? But when our loved ones cross over, I consider them angels because anyone who's offering unconditional love and guidance and support, I see as an angel. Okay. So yes, they can be a guardian angel, but they're not going to be a guardian angel in the same terms that the ethereal angels that are not here like incarnating as your family would be. Okay. So it's a different frequency. It's a different realm. They have a different sense of awareness and different capacities and what they can do. So I would say that each of you has at least one guardian angel that is actually an ethereal being, an ethereal angel. And then when your loved ones pass on, they usually, not always, but they are very often, they come in and out of our lives when we need them, or they stay right there with us and they help guide us as a guardian through our lives. I hope that answers your question. Katie Newkirk, do we have specific archangels that are with us and work with us as individuals instead of having to call them in? What a great question. So here's the thing. I'm trying to find the best way to say this because your beautiful questions, the answers are actually beyond words. So I have to really translate this in a way that is not going to be incorrect. Okay. The right angels will come at the right time according to what we need and when we need them. We don't always have to call them in consciously. However, because we have free will, in order for them to interfere and help us, we have to have given them permission. Okay? So, for example, if you've already given them permission, let's say you go on a road trip and you're like, oh my God, I'm going on this road trip by myself and I'm really nervous and worried. Like, please protect me, angels. Okay. Please please help keep me safe. Okay. You've just given permission. Some of you might even give permission without consciously knowing you've given permission. Okay. And then let's say something happens and somehow you end up in a car accident. And those angels, the right ones, because they know, right, are going to swoop in and help you, right? They swooped in and protected you. Okay. but the free will was still there. If consciously or unconsciously you really didn't want help, they would obey that. Okay. So the archangels, this is so incredible. They are so amazing. For those of you who've had an archangel experience, there are no words. And I spent a few weeks just doing just that years back when I was first really consciously working with the angels. Archangels, they can be in multiple places at one time. They can be in multi dimensions at one time. The energy is so vast. And, like I reminded everybody on Sunday when we did readings here, those on the other side, whether it be the heavenly realm or the ethereal realms or the higher dimensions, they're outside of space and time. So the archangels are outside of space and time. Okay. So they can be with many people at one time in many places at one time and still be completely focused on you. Okay. It's pretty incredible. Trying to get the sun off my computer here. So, what you will find is that the right ones will come to you at the right time. The reason, like I was able to say Hanael and Uriel for Loj before, was that's the frequency that came in. They came right in and gave me their names. So the more in tune you are, the more you will know what's going on. Okay, now it might be that you're working on healing, a lot of healing, and you'll be able to feel Raphael's energy. There are a lot more archangels than just the main four, though, guys. It may be that you're working a lot of inner work, and Uriel is the one coming through. Okay. And so at different phases of your life or different days and times when you need them, those energies that have that more concentrated focus will come to you. Okay. You do have to give permission and you do need to ask for help, guys, when you want and need their help. But understand that there can be different forms of that. And I will share a quick example with you real quick because I want to keep this to readings. But if for example, you're unsure and you're in a dangerous situation, I remember being in a physically dangerous situation. And I remember Archangel Michael literally being like in the room, like swarming in the room and coming between me and the window that I was about to be thrown out of. And he was standing there like what he was waiting for was for my direct permission. And I just automatically, I was like, oh, God, help me. And I remember just putting my head down on my hand. And the next thing I know, the situation was resolved like that. So, keeping the ongoing connection is good. And then, making sure that you give them permission because they respect your free will. But oftentimes, if it's a life and death type of thing, and your soul has already given that permission, they will swoop in and help you. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Let's see. There was another great question. Oh, here we go. Sarah, are our loved ones out of space and time too? Yes, they are. So different incarnated realms, such as Earth right now where we are, have different perspectives of time and space. They're not all the same. The material world in different realities is not all the same either. Some are as dense as ours and some are not, because we're 99.9% space, which is why when you hear me say science and spirituality are not mutually exclusive, neither is science and metaphysics, because they're all different aspects of reality, okay? And so technically you can see through me. Technically I can clap my hands. I'm solid. I can clap my hands, but I can't really. I'm actually not touching. Okay, that's so hard for us to believe, but we have to perceive a physical reality to have our experience here in the physical world, right? So when your loved ones, before they incarnate, when they cross back over and, go back to heaven, they are outside of time and space, which is why, your mother can come and visit you and your siblings at the same time across country, right? So once we've crossed over, we can select any place in time and space that we choose to go, and we can go right back to that moment. Okay. It's that if we didn't have a limited reality here, we would not be able to have the life experiences and the opportunities and the emotional interactions and relationships and the challenges and lessons that we have here because we live inside of time and space, right? We wouldn't be worried about aging or sad about how long something takes us. And we wouldn't have to work through that, because beyond this world, that's not a problem. Okay. Let's see, Sarah. The reason I ask is my grandma appeared to me when she passed and told me to find space and time, and I did not know what to make of this. Well, let's see. Let's ask her. Let's see, Veronica. I'm sorry. Can you put that back up, please? Thank you, because otherwise I even forget who I'm talking to. Okay. So that's really amazing, first of all, when she passed. And what I'm getting is, I'm trying to get in her perspective. I'm asking her to share with me what that meant. So first of all, she was in complete awe when she passed. Your grandmother was in just, I mean, I'm like living through her eyes right now. I'm looking out through my third eye and I'm experiencing what she was experiencing. And she was literally like this, like it was so amazing to her. And she said that she was going, I remember, yes, I'm home. Oh my gosh, this is the real reality. I remember. And that's what she was, I don't want to say thinking to herself, because we're not thinking per se, we're conscious of, but that's what she was conscious and aware of when she passed. She was so delighted and so elated, and she wanted to share that with you, because all of a sudden she was like, this is the real reality. And everything she'd ever experienced in her incarnation all of a sudden made sense. It was all of a sudden she saw it through her real, true spirit eyes, her soul eyes, without the egoic veil. That's what happens when we pass over. The egoic veil lifts, and with it, the confines of time and space. Okay. And then the mind that goes with that. So she was just like in awe. So the way she came and shared that with you was to find time and space. What's interesting is, what she wanted you to be able to do was to remember and realize how to get beyond time and space while you were here. In other words, when she went to the other side, what she's showing me is she was so in awe, and she was like, oh man, I wish I'd had this perspective while I was on earth, while I was in my body, because everything would have been so less stressful. Life would have been so different. This is like what people like Eckhart Tolle perceive. Okay. And I've been there too. I don't stay there all the time. But when I had my conscious awakening where I was able to see beyond that veil, it changes everything. So even now, though I'm in and out of it now, I'm not always in that place of beyond the veil like Eckhart Tolle, but I know what it's like. And I can go in and out. And that's what your grandmother wants you to have. She wants you to seek out time and space because she wants you to understand it as something separate than who and what your reality is. Okay. The way to do that, I'm not going to go into all this now because this also goes into mindset coaching. This is what enlightenment is. Okay. But your whole perspective changes. And so what she wanted to tell you was, she used time and space because those are the two vital factors. Those are the vital factors Einstein was trying to understand their relationship. Those are the vital factors that help create our physical reality. And so those are also the factors that the ego uses to keep you stuck, to create anxiety and depression and frustration and overthinking and how hard life is. Beyond that, life isn't hard. Okay. And so she said time and space for several reasons. One, she knew there'd be someone that would interpret that. And today that's me interpreting that, because I've been actually coaching this for over 15 years. Okay. That's the mindset work. And it's the conscious awareness. It's the conscious awakening. It's the remembering who you are, the eternal being that is you, that is supposed to use your mind, your cognitive mind, as a tool instead of letting your mind run your life. And most people have their mind running their life right now, okay, until they wake up. So that's why she said that. Time and space you would remember, so it was simple and easy. Number two, she knew there'd be someone who could interpret that for you. And number three, that means there's a recipe for you to learn to get beyond time and space. So my recommendation from her, from Spirit, is go get the power of now and stillness speaks. Read it. I've read it over and over for 25 years nonstop because I like to have a conscious connection. Eckhart Tolle wrote that book, From Consciousness to Your Consciousness. And if you do that, just one little page a day, over and over, eventually you're going to start to shift your reality. And there's other things you should do, but this is just the start of it since you asked the question. Your grandmother wanted to give you that gift. She wanted you to have the awareness that she wished she had before she passed, because she was so excited when she passed and she discovered it or remembered it. Okay. I hope this helps. Sarah, awesome. Yeah, you got the book. Loving it, Denise. Yes. This is fantastic. It changed my world. That's fantastic, guys. I love this conversation. I love your questions. Your guidance from your grandmother, really reminds me to share with you guys. That they want to give you the best guidance and information for you to make your choices and your discoveries. Most of us come for readings wanting to be told what to do. That's not what they want. They want to offer you guys the guidance and the validation to make your own choices and discoveries. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let me scroll down. I know Veronica's changing some great. Yes. The book is called The Power of Now. And it's a lot more than you think. The now, guys, is everything. The now is where we're doing our readings from. The now is what is beyond time and space. And it's not like a moment in time. It's being present. And so it's written by Eckhart Tolle. It's called The Power of Now. And he also wrote Stillness Speaks, which is why you hear often spirit comes through and through me and guides people to be still and be silent, because within that is the now. And beyond that, you have no problems. You have none. But it's a journey. This is a process, right? And that's why, readings, I believe, and at least mine do, have a call to action, because you're a part of your team, your spirit team. And you're the one that's here in this world right now. And so you have to be an active participant, not just a passive, oh, this is what spirit said is going to happen. You're an active creator in your life. Okay. I love it. Let's see. Let me scroll down here and see. Davy Jones, welcome. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me see here. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking here where spirit is guiding me here. So Denise, are you wanting? You're wanting life direction? What is it that you're wanting? Let's see. Alethea, we'll get back to you in just a minute. Spirit guided me up here to Denise right now. A message from your dogs. Okay. Let me sort through who's here. Let's see. Was one of them like ears down, like multicolored? It looks like I'm seeing white and black or white and brown with ears down in a short coat. I want to make sure I'm getting the right ones here. Is that one of them? Sort of like, it looks like a medium size, maybe. Scroll down here and see if you're answering. I want to make sure. Okay. All right. And then there's another one. Are there two? Or are there three? All of a sudden I got all of a sudden I got hundreds of dogs. Okay, but there's two in the front. This is the one with the short hair, down ears, like white and it looks like black, but it might be dark brown. And then there's one that is looks smaller. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Yesenia E, you have two, an Irish setter. Okay. Okay. So I'm also getting like, was one of them 7 when they passed away? Dachshund, that's the little one. Okay. Okay. I was thinking it was a terrier. It's coming through. Okay. So, so I'm getting the number 7, as well. Do you still have the collars? So they're showing me collars. Um, they're showing me one that, so was there 9? Okay. So what happened at 7? There's something significant that happened at age 7. Or maybe you had them both 7 years. I'm getting 7. Okay. So they're showing me like, so it's like one of them, it looks like you kept going through collars. So I don't know if the collars kept breaking, they kept outgrowing the collars kept falling apart, you kept losing the collars, got very sick at 8. Okay. So let me ask him what the 7 meant then. Okay. Good years, 7 good years. So the 7 was basically like full, happy and fun, enjoyable, like healthy self for 7 years. All right. And then they're showing me these collars. Do you still have the collars, Denise? Did you save any collars? Because they're showing me the collars, and then they're showing me they're saying like one got into everything. Kind of was always kind of getting into stuff, sort of like you were like, okay, where are you? Where'd you go? What'd you get into now? And there's a lot of joy and humor here. They are together. They're also showing me like did you guys used to go to a pool or a lake? They're showing me the edge of water. They're showing me going and sitting like on the grass near the edge of water. And there's a breeze coming through, and they love the feel of the cool water, and they love sitting out and watching the birds and the duck. You live by the beach. Okay. Well, they together still are going to the water's edge, they say. And there was so much to watch there. There was so much to observe. There was so much fun. They loved seeing far out, looking over the water and seeing far out. And there was just this sense of freedom and the wind blowing through their fur that they loved. And they're showing me that they're still spending time there. They go and they sit by the water together. And they're still like, they're looking after each other, and they're like, sorry, they just said to me like, why did you calling us in? Mom's not coming home yet, is she? They know. I'm like, no. They're like, you got a long time there still in the world. So I just was like, yeah, no, she's not she's not coming home soon. But they're like, we'll be waiting for you. We're here. We're running. We're playing. We're with a little one getting into trouble. German Shepherd is very close to my heart, I have to say, Denise. I grew up with 3 of them. 3 German Shepherds looking after me, and there's nothing like a shepherd. And your shepherd is still being a guardian for you energetically. That guardianship is still there. A lot of times our non-human animal friends are an extension of our soul. And when they come to us in physical form with us, they help support our energy. They help support our soul on spiritual and emotional levels, and even mental levels as well, energetically. And that's what these 2 did for you. You don't need them for that right here and now. They did what they were here to do. They had a purpose. But their energy, they're part of your spirit family. So their energy is still there in your vicinity, in your soul energy vibration. And every time you talk to them and miss them, they can see and love you. One more thing. Do you have a photograph of the 2 of them? Like, do you have this favorite photograph of them? Because they're showing me like the trying to get this photograph and how it was just like, it was like a perfect thing for you to have for when they weren't there. And they know that you have that. Okay. So I hope that that was enough validation verification for you, that they really did come through for you, and that they really are there with you, and that they love you. Remember, your relationship is not ended. It is only transformed. Okay. So they'll be there waiting for you. Thank you so much for asking that. I love that. I love that. You have a photo of the two sisters. Awesome. You're welcome. That was beautiful, Kayla, wasn't it? Yes, dogs are best friends. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. Hi, Lauren. Guys, I don't have any cards with me today. I'm so sorry. I can bring cards with me on next Monday or Tuesday when I do lives on here, or on my Larkin Psychic Medium page. On Mondays, I do card readings, but I don't have any with me today. I'm sorry. Let's see. I want to get, there's so many great things I want to get to here, but I told someone I would come back to her. Hi, Rosemary. I know, wasn't that lovely? Let's see. I'm trying to get back to, hi, Sam Dave. Welcome. Wait a second, guys. I'm trying to get back to, told somebody that I would, I see your request, Anne. But I have to get back to, I told somebody I would do a reading for them, and I can't remember who it was. I can't pronounce her name. Hold on a second here. Hi, Blood Hughes. Welcome. Deanna, welcome. It must be further down here. Melody, hello. Okay, Rebecca, Dorothy. Well, hi, Jane. Okay, well, hopefully it'll come back up. So I promised someone I was going to get to them for healing and a reading. Oh, there she is. Alethea Pope. Thank you. I couldn't find you anywhere. I'm so sorry. I'm telling you guys, I get lost in the scroll and spirits going up, down. And I'm like, I don't see anything. Okay. So let's see here. Let me tune into what's going on here. Is there something specific, Alethea, that you want assistance with? Is there something specific that you want to work on? Because healing is, it looks like there's some mental and emotional work that needs to be done that will allow a new level of healing. You have Archangel Raphael completely surrounding you with green. His natural frequency color is green, which is the heart healing energy color. However, you also have a lot of orange energy. Thank you, Sam. You also have a lot of orange energy surrounding you, which is also, it's like, it's like a physical and an energetic healing energy as well. And it's a very sacred color, and it gives a lot of healing vibration. You have these energies that Archangel Raphael has completely like encapsulated you in this bubble. So you must have been asking or have given permission for, requesting healing, because this energy is completely surrounding you. Is there something specific that you want to ask or work on? There's so much, and how to use my gift. So a lot of times our gifts, and that's probably why you're surrounded by all of this energy, is to help align your frequency. When we need to heal, it means that we are out of alignment. Your gift can be awakened and stirred up through being out of alignment because of the pain and discomfort. So everything is always working out for you, right? oftentimes it takes the process of our healing in order to take us to that next evolution of ourselves, in order to wake us up to that next level of who we are and what our gifts are. Because when we're born, we have amnesia. And so from what I'm sensing and what they're showing me, you can feel and sense your gifts or your innate abilities that you brought with you. But in human cognitive terms, it's been a challenge to know what to do with them, how to get them to fit into this world. And they're kind of like right underneath the surface. Okay. So, one of the ways you bring them out from the surface is you just take the little aspect that you know and you begin practicing that. As you begin practicing those gifts, a lot of the healing that you're wanting and needing is going to come about on its own. Okay. It's going to come out of you. And it's going to, because as you are learning and starting to practice your gifts, no matter how little bit at a time you start with, you're aligning yourself. And when you align yourself, you heal. Okay. When we need a healing, we're out of alignment and we feel a separation with God or source. There is never a separation, but it's us experiencing what that is like. Okay. When we are in alignment, we feel the peace of that. Okay. So let me give you an example and you can apply this to yourself. Spirit's asking me to please give you an example. And again, Archangel Raphael is there wanting to help you through this process of sort of combining the healing and the healing is part of the guidance for you. Okay. So you asked for healing and guidance, and Raphael is saying it's part of one and the same. Okay. Number one, I think it would definitely behoove you to take some time, as I did and as I teach my metaphysical clients to do, to really spend time with each archangel. You might want to start with Raphael. Just spend a day or 3 days or a week just focusing on that particular, the 4 archangels. There are more, but on the 4 archangels, because this is going to build confidence. And a lot of what you're needing in order to know how to use your gift is just confidence with the little bit you do know. Okay. One of the ways I did that when I wanted to expand my ability to heal and I needed to heal was I started a journal and I decided I was going to do 10,000 healings. In other words, I was going to pray and bless and ask for a healing or be grateful for a healing for 10,000 people or animals. And I started a journal and I would do a certain number a day and I would write down and log who they were. Now, you don't have to do all this. The example is to share with you that as I began practicing that healing for others, it healed me. Okay. So that's very important. Hi, Mary. Welcome. So that's one thing. The other thing is make that connection with the archangels. So when you go to bed at night, you can write Archangel Michael on there and put it under your pillow. And you may or may not sense him coming in. But take some quiet time and really dedicate that time to that particular archangel and ask them to please come and introduce themselves to you. Sort of like I do with in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. That would be another great one. If you want to come do that, it's a great way to practice and to come and meet at least one of your spirit guides at this event, because you can do a similar practice with the archangels. You could do it with anybody. But my point is that you're wanting to know how to use your gifts, but the way you're going to remember, what you really want to do is remember how to use them. And the way you're going to do that is by practicing the little bit that you do know. And that strengthens it. Okay. And then you build more confidence. And then you're like, oh my God. And this is part of my gift. And oh my gosh, I can do it this way. That's part of my gift. And the next thing you know, it's going to expand on you. Don't sit and wait and think about it and wonder. Don't just run out and try to get training in all these different modalities. First, go in and be like, okay, what is my gift? What do I feel my gift is? What is it innately? What's in alignment with me? And then start practicing that first. So you make sure you're not mentally sidetracked, right? You're really here strengthening what your soul already knows how to do. Okay, you just need to remember. And then if when you get going on that, you're like, okay, in this physical world, I need to remember how to do energy work. I'm going to go do Reiki, or I need to remember how to do this. I'm going to do that. Right. But make sure you're not just propagandized into some sort of training thinking it's going to fulfill what your gift is, because your soul already remembers what your gift is. Okay. I hope that helps. I dream of all my loved ones that have passed. What does that mean? Well, from what I see, so you can either have a dreams or you can have a visitation. From what I see, your loved ones are, I mean, your soul family. A lot of the loved ones that you had here were in your soul family. And they are connecting with you and encouraging you and supporting you and trying to help you remember who you are as a soul by visiting you in the ethereal realm, okay, in the astral plane. So you are doing a lot of astral plane time when you're sleeping, which is super cool. And what's great is that you remember it. A lot of times people don't remember it. They just wake up either sad and missing those people, or feeling peace and comfort because they've spent time with them, or feeling like they did when they spent time with the loved ones. So the fact that you're remembering it is awesome. You're getting a lot more information, support, wisdom, and having more fun with them than you realize that you are actually during these visits. Just enjoy it and allow it. Everything doesn't have to have a big meaning. Sometimes it just is. And in this case, they're just hanging out with you and spending time with you. When we're asleep and our soul, our consciousness is free to roam, we can do whatever we want. And so that's what you're getting to do. You're doing whatever you want. You're just lucky enough to wake up and remember it. Okay. You're not always bound here. There's only a part of you, like your body's actually inside of your soul, and your soul's in your body. So when you are meditating, true meditation, which I won't get into now because it takes me forever to explain, not guided meditation, not true meditation where you're consciously awake, but you're not thinking. When you are astral traveling, you're dreaming and you're in the astral plane, your consciousness is free while your body and mind are asleep. Okay, but you're still awake, if that makes sense. So that's what you're doing, and that's a pretty awesome gift that you remember it. What I would recommend is if you have a journal by your bed, if there are certain messages that you bring back or things that are really significant, just take note of it as soon as you wake up before you forget. And then you'll remember things even more clearly. But it sounds like you're remembering these, your loved ones and your time with them in the astral plane quite well on your own. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share that. Let's see. All right, guys, I've got 8 minutes. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. You write them down. Thanks so much. Yes. Yay. Good job. Thank you for letting me read for you. I'm so glad you're doing that. I love this. I love to see you guys growing and expanding in this way and empowering yourselves. I absolutely freaking love it. Let's see here. I want to do, okay, there's 2 here I really want to get to. I'm going to make some of these quick and short because I only have 6 minutes. Sarah Tenney, are reoccurring places about places you don't know, previous lives. They can be, but previous lives are they're previous lives. There's a reason they're previous. And there's a reason why we have amnesia, right? So unless we need them, our souls try not to drag them too much into this life. They can be, if they're significant, or if you're enjoying going back and visiting those places or with loved ones in your dreams. A lot of times they might be other places, other realms and realities as well. Other places where you're having interactions with loved ones or guides. So reoccurring dreams can be all sorts of things. And it can also be a reoccurring message that's happening in a particular place. So, reoccurring dreams can have a lot of different implications. If different things are happening, in those same places, then you might just continue to revisit those places, which it sounds like you do have some places beyond this world that are very significant to you, that your soul goes back and visits, that you feel very at home with. Okay. So I think that's a really great question, and dreams are a whole fun expansion. Let's see. My father, who passed is always there with me, but I do not recognize the place. That's okay. So if your father's there with you, I'm asking him what that means. Okay, so these are places then where he invites you to come and visit. And places that if you don't recognize it in this world right now, that's okay. From what I'm seeing, if you were on the other side, you would recognize it. There are places that you actually you spend time with his soul when you are on the other side, and this is a place that is like familiar to him. So that's okay if you don't remember it or if you don't recognize it. You guys can always choose to hang out in a different place if you want to. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, guys, I want to get to all these so much. Let's see. Okay. I want a quick answer. I'm just going to go through a bunch of questions real quick, guys. It may not be thorough enough, but you can always find me on my Psychic Medium page on Facebook if you have more of a question. How do I control and block from seeing things? So a lot of probably what you guys see that you don't like, even if they're projected in the physical world, it's going to probably have to do with your frequency anyway. So if you have a lot of things that you're stressed or worried about or fearful about, that can either attract negative energies that won't hurt you. They're just kind of energy suckers. And or it can, it can bring you to a frequency where you start to see things. But when we change our mindset, that will also go away. So there's a couple things you can do, Leona. We want to kind of reduce the resistance, because the resistance, trying to control or resist, makes it harder. If it's a mental thing, mental control is very important. You can just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. That works for some people. It depends on what it is. If it is an actual energy or entity, we've talked about this before, you and I, Leona. You can always send it to the light. That always works. If it doesn't work, it's because your subconscious mind doesn't want it to work, because you have free will, and in this world those energies have to obey you. Okay, so you can also bring in loving light, and I would say redirect your focus and your attention and your energy somewhere else, where like on angels. Bring the angels in, ask them to surround you, ask them to safeguard you from those things. If it is something coming from within your mind, which a lot of times, like, I don't have enough time to really go into this here, but a lot of times it can be, because this can be so many different things. Then, you can ask them to help you calm your mind and redirect. You're in charge of where you direct your focus, Leona. I think that's the most important thing to remember. So it might be a book or music, or going outside in nature and hugging a tree, or getting moving, where you change your brain and body chemistry. As you change your frequency and your brain and body chemistry, what it is you're seeing and sensing also has to change. Okay. So I think that's really, really important. And I hope you can do that. I know you can. All right, guys. There's so many other people and people wanting readings that I wanted to get on here for. Katie says, thank you for all you do. You're so welcome. So I will be on, guys. What is today? Next Monday at the same time, and next Tuesday here at the same time. And you can always find me on my Facebook page. Veronica has amazing readers here all throughout the week. So if you did not get a reading today, never fear. Your reading comes at just the right time from just the right reader. Okay. I love you all, and I hope to see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you, Veronica. Bye-bye.